Morning traffic grinds to a halt on the 5 in La Jolla, where protesters, angry over the situation in Ferguson, blocked the lanes for about a half an hour.
Well, most were UC San Diego students angry over the grand jury's decision not to indict the officer who killed Michael Brown. CBS News 8's Jean Kang is live right now with how the protest came to an end. Jean.
Nichelle and Dan, talk about angry protesters. They made a human roadblock and walked onto the 5 freeway, and they stopped traffic with a very loud message. But the question is, was that danger worth it?
Who is this for? Who is this for? Who is this?
This group of UCSD students literally took to the streets with signs and passionate cries.
Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot!
Outraged by a grand jury's decision not to indict Officer Darren Wilson in the shooting death of unarmed teenager Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri.
Do we want justice? Do we want it now?
This Chopper 8 video shows their strategic protests as they created a human barricade to block off northbound lanes of the 5 freeway by the Nobel Drive exit during rush hour traffic.
And we coordinated with CHP to see, because ultimately it's their jurisdiction. We're there to assist them if they wish to press charges or to file citations.
Angry drivers called 911, and San Diego police helped CHP escort the 45 students off the I-5 in La Jolla 30 minutes later. That's after a brief physical confrontation between a driver and a man with a bullhorn. They marched along Nobel Drive, headed to campus. Some graduate students say it's time for change.
When they see protests like us in San Diego, when they see protests like the people in New York and Chicago and Atlanta, then that lets them know, like, we have their back.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
There were moments of silence as protesters raised their fists in the air, drawing their attention to an issue they say is long overdue.
Police brutality is a situation that's been happening for years, but it hasn't been until recently that people started to speak up about it.
Dan and Nichelle, the 5 freeway is back open and traffic is flowing smoothly. Now, CHP tells me the problem is what those protesters did was not only dangerous to the motorists, it was also dangerous to themselves. As of right now, there are no reports of citations or arrests as everything ended peacefully.